Welcome back to the Thaiger. Now today we're actually talking about something a little bit different. I mean, we've got pretty hectic lives, so we're going to slow down a little bit and talk about Buddhism and how, as Westerners, we can be exposed to the depths of Thai Buddhism and how it can actually help you. And all the way from iMONASTRY, the I standing for international, we've got two special guests. We've got Lumpi Narongchai, welcome.
Hi, Jim.
And also a gentleman who we'll find out a little bit more very soon, Chris Smith, a former US Marine. Welcome. Thank you both for coming in. And this is actually really interesting stuff because obviously the life that you come from is quite different from what you've been experiencing. Can I ask you, Chris, can you give us a bit of background? You served as a US Marine.
Yes, that's correct. I served as a Marine. I went in just before 9/11. I spent about 1 year in Iraq. I was a 0331 machine gunner. So, I had a little bit of experience that was a bit tragic in my life at that time. Just the things that I saw, the things that I had to take in for myself. And when I was about 30 years old, I ended up moving to Thailand. And it's been about 18 years since the events that occurred. And I've been trying to, better myself since that occurance. Yeah.
So did you suffer any particular traumas from your experiences?
Yeah, I did. I experienced PTSD. I've been suffering with that, dealing with that for the last 18 years. It had a big impact on my life. When I first came back, it took a toll on me. I had to go through different variations of help and healing and things like that. I was a constant drinker for a while, dabbled into drugs. I did anything that I could in order for me to just numb myself from the experiences, even as much as having traumatic night tremors, nightmares, things like that. Even when I wasn't in control of myself, I still had things that impacted me personally. It affected my life, affected family members around me, friends, socially. So yeah, there's a lot of things that come with.
And you're half Thai.
Yes, half Thai.
Okay, so did the fact that you're half Thai influence you to come back to Thailand and perhaps get in contact with your roots here?
Actually, yeah, it did. It did a lot. I grew up all American, and I never actually went to Thailand until I was about 28, 29 years old. And the first time I came over here, I came on a Muay Thai camp, and I fell in love with Thailand right away. So I said, I'm going to make a 1 year plan. I'm going to sell everything in the States and then make the journey over here, have a 2 year and a 5 year plan, and see if I can make it work.
Lumpi, obviously Chris's experience is quite different from yours.
Sure.
Tell us, how did Chris come to find out about iMONASTRY and get to meet you?
I think that's to me what is the monk's life is all about. It's about searching for peace and happiness. At the end of the day, no matter who we are, okay, lay people or monks, we're looking for the same thing in common, which is peace and happiness. Okay, but people in the outside world, they're looking for happiness outwardly, go after one thing at a time, and hoping that we'll be happy and happier. But being a Buddhist monk, it's about something opposite. We're looking for happiness inwardly, looking for less and less worry, have a simple life as much as possible. And what Chris has gone through, there's a lot of things out there with his line of work. But when he can let go, when he comes into closer to the simple life as a monk, the meditation, the mindfulness practice, and that help him to calm his mind down and slowly find the inner peace inside himself. And that's what I think he has gone through.
How long have you been with the iMONASTRY?
I went on the 30-day program to become a monk, and it was very insightful to me. The only thing I could say is that it's a reminder and a flashback of what I went through in the military. There's a lot of things having to do with discipline, the structure, waking up early in the mornings, being constantly grinding, essentially, and doing activities and events. Living a not so pleasant lifestyle, I would say, like roughing it, essentially. So
Yeah.
these kinds of things brought back those memories. But the memories that I had before was with the intention of being in war situation.
Killing people.
And for killing people, exactly. So everything that we were taught was just for that specific purpose. And then revisiting that and then doing it with a peaceful, loving mind was very different for me, and it was a very emotional time because you're taught to cut off all your emotions when you're in that moment, and then to revisit it and then have all your emotions just thrown out there on the table for everybody to see. It was a very eye-opening experience for me, and I definitely would, I would do it again.
So this is interesting. I mean, you're sort of outsourcing Buddhism in a way and providing something that is packaged for Western consumption. So what could people expect? They do this like 30-day initial
Right.
experience.
Right.
What could they expect on a day-to-day basis? What are they going to do when they wake up?
Oh, sure. So
What time do they wake up?
So actually, before I get to that answer, usually people come for ordination for at least three main reasons. First of all, they like to get away from their mundane life cycle and looking for a simple life as a Buddhist monk. Okay, no hair, few pieces of clothes, 2 meals a day, get up early. And monk usually get up around 4:30, and the day runs by,
4:30.
and they go to bed by 10 o'clock. We turn off the light, so that's the schedule. And go arms round in the village to get the food, eat food from the bowl, reflect where the food coming from.
So you go and receive alms from the
Right,
community.
right,
So
right.
you live as a monk.
Right, very simple. And the second reason is people looking for meditation and mindfulness practice, because when someone become a monk, this structure is more conducive for meditation practice. People have 4 sessions a day just to sit and reflect on their own mind, just meditation. We have teaching monks who guide them how to meditate. And the last one is people looking for the wisdom from the Buddhist philosophy, what the Buddha talk about, what is life and how to live good life. And that's basically the 3 main concepts that we laid out for 30 days.
So there's quite a few different types of Buddhism. Is this like the traditional Thai Buddhist Dharma?
Right. This is in Thailand, we are the land of Buddhism. We following Theravada traditions.
Yes.
And it's very strict. That's known for, they're very conservative. They preserve all the precepts. They don't allow things to add on to it. They don't delete anything that after the Buddha passed away. So that's a very strict way of following the teaching of the Buddha. It's very authentic.
So this is just out of Chiang Mai in Pa Pae, on the way to Pai. Pai, a great little town.
Right, in Mae Son.
Up sort of about, 3 hours north of Chiang Mai?
Right.
Okay, nice part of the world.
Yes, it's only 70 kilometers from Chiang Mai airport. And it's about 900 meters above the sea level. It's cold all year round and it's rich by the nature.
So Chris, do you now live at the monastery?
No, I don't. I derobed after a month.
Derobed?
Yes, derobed.
Okay.
Yes. So, the benefit of this program is you can become a monk as many times as you're willing to and want to. So, for me, I still have to clear up some things in my life, but eventually I want to get to the point where I can just become a monk and then stay there permanently.
So your idea is to stay in Thailand now?
Oh yeah.
This is your
love it
home
here.
now?
Yeah, this is my home. This is where I'm supposed to be. Yeah.
So can you tell us, what, in your mind, what was the process? That 30 days obviously was a key help to you. Where did you suddenly decide, I need to stay in Thailand, I need to keep this connection with my Thai roots, I need to be Thai now?
It was about 2 years in, I think. I've been here for about 10 years. The biggest problem that I had, though, is that understanding culturally, with Thai Buddhism, with the formalities and things like that. I'd go to temple, but I wouldn't understand exactly what I'm doing, what the process is, what is the meaning, how does it affect Thai culture, how does it affect me personally, and so this is why it's very hard to find a program like this where you can actually ask those questions. People are there to talk to you, they can understand you, and you just spend all of your day asking those questions about yourself, about culture, about Buddhism, about the philosophy, and it was a very completing program for me. So
Do you speak Thai?
ผมพูดไทยนิดหน่อยครับ ประมาณ 5%.
More than me. Yeah. Would I be fair to say that what you've done is you've sort of been able to package something that is tailored to Western
Yes,
people?
absolutely.
So that it's like a Thai Buddhism 101 for Westerners.
You can look at that way, because when people think of Buddhist monk and ordination, they sometimes they have a misunderstanding that monk have to stay in the wood, disconnect from the whole world,
Yeah.
and walking meditation all day long and eat one meal a day, those kind of thing. No, but in fact we try to customize, okay, to the, we look at people as a non-Buddhism. They know nothing about Buddhism,
Right.
about teaching of the Buddha. When they come to us, we give them the foundation, what is life is all about, what exactly that the Buddha teach, and go from there. Mainly we focus on help people to know how to meditate and find the inner peace inside themselves, and slowly add on the teaching of the Buddha that can some people, the audience in a specific batch can understand and can grasp through it. But sometimes we have young people, college people ordained. Sometimes we have the Buddhist scholar come in audience. Like Chris, he's from different background. He's a fighter. So we have to sometimes, his question is like way beyond those people who come
Of
in audience.
course. Yeah.
All kind of question that he bring on about karma, about killing, about the consequence of the karma. That's his interest. So he learned something from this particular program, 30 Days with us.
Okay, so now, interestingly, there is a process by which people can come to Thailand and get some sort of visa to allow them to participate in this
Right.
course. Would you like to speak about that?
Sure. Since the program only lasts 30 days, most of the country would allow to enter Thailand and stay that long, 30 days, 60 days. But the good news is, if someone want to continue their monk's life, they can stay longer with us. So in Thailand, we have the visa, special visa, just for the monk. Some sort of educational visa, that when someone become a monk and when you obtain the valid monk ID, you can apply for 1 year visa and it can renew yearly. So that means you can stay as a monk as long as you like in Thailand.
And you got people to be able to help
we have
with
the
that.
staff to take care of all of that.
I mean, obviously, this is a service that you're providing, a sort of introductory course to Buddhism. There is a cost involved.
Right.
Would you just like to, how much does it cost for that 30 days?
Right. So in the program for these 30 days, there will be a registration fee. Okay, that's about 1,500 baht, which is only cover for food and ordination. But there are more expense than that. We have the foundation, which is General Atit and Ponsan Kamlang Ek is the main sponsor for this program. For the rest of the cost, they will be covering for everything that happened during the program, the robes, the transportation. So that's this foundation will support the course. But yes, they will have to pay initial fee about 1,500 baht. But if they stay longer, from that moment on, it's free for life.
1,500 baht. So there's more details in the description below, of course. Chris, any final comments about what you've experienced and how it's changed your life? Not only just going to this course, but your whole experience and change of life.
Yeah, I would just say that I have found a lot more peace and tranquility in my life. I do know that I have a very dirty past. And for me, this was an opportunity for me to understand myself more, for me to understand what my purpose is, and for me to more or less fix and repair all of the things that I've done in my past, and then to live a healthy, more proper lifestyle for myself. There's definitely been a lot of changes that have happened in my life since I became a monk. But I'm definitely going to continue to go back. I think that it's definitely something that I need to do annually, if not more often. And on top of that is I've learned a new skill set, which is very important for me. And it's just the meditation itself. It's a new tool that I have in my inventory, so that when I'm not feeling okay with myself, I can always have something to rely on, and it doesn't require anybody else. It's purely comes from myself. It comes from within. So I'm not looking for any external fix. I can just dive right in for myself, and afterwards I feel more complete.
Well, I hope that has brought you some peace of mind. That's great news. Chris and Lumpi, thank you both very much for coming
You're
in.
welcome.
Thank you.
If you'd like to find out some more, we do have a link in the description, and there's plenty more information there. All the way from iMONASTRY, we've had Chris and Lumpi. I'm Tim at the Thaiger. Thanks for watching.